We are in Nyon today, and I'm making a test with my Tesla Model 3. I'm driving 100 kilometers to a supercharger WV3, and the goal is to heat my battery, which is now 15 degrees Celsius, and see how fast I can charge with a version 3 supercharger. So I will be driving exactly 107 kilometers, and I will start preheating the battery by setting the destination to the supercharger in the middle of my trip. So that will give about half an hour of heating my battery. So we will be able to measure the battery temperature during my trip until I start preheating, and then when I start charging. There has been a lot of reviews about people complaining in winter not to be able to charge their battery correctly. We are in winter. This is the 6th of February, but the temperature is 15 degrees Celsius when I start. So it's not really cold conditions, but it gives you maybe some information about how should you proceed when you want to charge your battery with a supercharger version 3 that goes up to 250 kilowatt. Should you preheat, how long, and this kind of information can be useful. So I decided to take my little trip. I have to go to a nearby city, and we will see how it goes in terms of temperature of my battery, and also what happens when I start to charge in 1 hour. Let's start. Okay, now we are leaving Nyon to take the highway. That should actually heat up the battery. We'll be driving 120 kilometers. That's the limit from Switzerland highway system. We are under some clouds today. Hopefully we'll get more sun when we get closer to the supercharger. So again, we have 106 kilometers to go. 1 hour, and I will charge when I get to destination. The city is called Martigny, where I'm going. There is a little place before Martigny where there are a lot of supercharger number version 3. I didn't set up right now the destination on my GPS to the supercharger system, because then it would start to preheat the battery. Battery just moved now to 16 degrees Celsius. I'm recording also my Scan Tesla app, which measures temperature of the battery in real time. And off we go. So in half an hour I will be in the middle of my trip, and I will start setting the GPS destination to the supercharger, and then we will see how fast the temperature will be rising compared to a normal drive on the highway that I'm starting now. Okay, looking forward to see the next step. Okay, now we've driven 20 kilometers from Nyon. I still have 82 kilometers to go. Temperature of the battery is 18 degrees Celsius. Temperature outside is still 8 degrees Celsius. I will be there in 49 minutes. So temperature moved from 15 degrees Celsius to 18 in 20 kilometers. I'm driving 120 kilometers speed, so you see that the speed of the car in such conditions is not enough to heat really the battery a lot. I mean, 3 degrees in 23 kilometers, it's still not a lot. So I will probably start preheating in maybe 15 minutes to leave enough time for the car to start preheating the battery. I have to say the state of charge is now 27% and I'm supposed to be at 6% when I'm in the supercharger place. It will be interesting to see when the car starts preheating the battery how fast it may push down this number. That's it. "40 kilometers done." I'm just passing Lausanne. 63 to go. Temperature of the battery is 21 degrees Celsius. Outside is still 8 degrees Celsius. And the temperature is still rising slowly. So I will set up right now the destination to the supercharger in order to speed up the heating process of the battery, because I think 21 degrees Celsius is still a bit low. If I'm still having 62 kilometers to go, it's time for me to, even if there is almost half an hour, a bit more than half an hour, I need to start preheating the battery to get the temperature a bit rising a bit more. So I will now set up the battery, the destination to the supercharger. I'm doing it. All right, 11 stalls are available, which is good news. 5% planned when I arrive. We'll see if this percentage is going down. Now when the car will start preheating, it will use energy from the battery, so it's going to be interesting to see how much energy is taken by the preheating process, and if there is a lot, then the percentage that I should have when I arrive will be going down. All right, 60 kilometers to go, and we will see how it goes. We are in Vevey, 44 kilometers to go. Temperature outside is 8 degrees Celsius. Temperature of the battery is 23 degrees Celsius. There is no preheating going on right now, even though I set up the destination to the supercharger V3. So that means the car is not preheating the battery. It is just heated by the driving at 100, 123, 104 right now, because there is a slow speed distance. So the car will be preheating probably a bit later. And 43 kilometers to go, 26 minutes to go until the supercharger. So we'll see. "23 kilometers away from supercharger. Temperature of the battery is 25 degrees. There is no preheating going on, even though I set up destination to the supercharger. Surprisingly, I have only 23 kilometers to drive and 15 minutes, and there is no preheating of the battery. The only heating of the battery is done by driving 120 kilometers on the highway, and that temperature is now 25 degrees. So that means the car doesn't believe there is maybe enough energy also, because I have only 5% at destination. So it's possible that maybe the car thinks that it will use too much energy, and because I'm low, this is right now 12%, I cannot preheat the battery. That could be the reason why. Okay, now 15 minutes to go and we'll be at the supercharger. Now we are 3.7 kilometers away, 4 minutes to go. 29 degree temperature of the battery. Outside it's 15 degrees Celsius. There is a lot of wind flowing against the car, so the car has been heating up a bit more. There is no preheating. That's because there is only 4% at destination, 5% left right now. So I think the car cannot use extra energy because the battery is very low. So one of the situations is that when you are trying to optimize the battery state of charge in order to be charging as fast as possible, often you are supposed to get very low. That's why I'm getting 5% now and will be 4%. But at the same time, there is no preheating that is possible because the car cannot use extra energy to preheat the battery. So I will get to destination with a battery of 30 degrees Celsius and we will see how fast we can charge. Okay, I'm getting right now. I will be exiting in a few seconds, shutting off the autopilot. Okay. All right. Hopefully there will be enough space. Okay, a lot of supercharger in front. I can pick any one. Great. And I will charge. If I can back up. All right. Okay, I just plugged the supercharger. It went very quickly to 127 now. To 30 degrees battery temperature. So let's see if I can rise up a bit more. So you see the temperature here of the battery, 30 degrees Celsius. Ramping up. Let's see if I can go beyond at least 150. I hope so. All right, ramping up. Okay, 150. $160. 70. 80. 90. 200. Good, looking good. Temperature of the battery is 31 degrees Celsius. 230. 235, 36. Now I think it's more or less stabilizing. 37. Temperature of the battery 32 degrees. See here. All right, now going down. Okay, so we got 237. Going down now. State of charge 13 degree. So 13%. So we are going down from 230 something to 220. Temperature of the battery 33 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the preheating was not really necessary. We didn't reach the 250 kilowatt, but 234 is pretty good. So yeah, I'm sure the temperature 30 degrees seems to be sufficient. Driving for 1 hour on the highway is enough to get a nice charging speed on the Supercharger V3. Still 220 kilowatt. Great. Temperature of the battery 36 now. All right.